Think inflation hasn't hit you? Think again. I'm Charles Blaine, and this is Texas Tomorrow. To maintain the same standard of living as 2021, the average Texas household has to spend $12,000 more per year annually. Nationally, households on average have to spend about $11,500 more per year. That's according to the Congressional Joint Economic Committee State Inflation Tracker. And when you break it down, it looks worse. You're paying 44% more for car insurance, 37% more for eggs, 35% more for gas, 21% more for groceries and restaurants, and I can go on and on and on. But I won't, because you already know this, because you're paying for it every single day, and I'm sure you feel it. Make no mistake, wages are also increasing as our expenses are increasing as well. But they're not increasing at the same pace that our expenses are increasing. So it's hard to get ahead of those rising prices. So naturally, what do? We buy fewer things, we shop in bulk, maybe we even take on a second job to get some extra money. But as you do that, to try to combat the higher costs, your government is looking to continue that hike, to make it even worse. So local jurisdictions across the state are looking at charging you more this year. Houston ISD is looking at what could be a $4 billion bond. The city of Dallas wants a $1.25 billion bond. A local paper called it the right time for the city. Well, I can promise it's not the right time for the people who have to pay for it. The city of Austin is reportedly looking at a bond to fight climate change. And Mansfield ISD is looking at a bond for $777 million. Similarly, Georgetown ISD wants one for $649 million. And I can also keep going on and on, but I won't. This May, Texans will decide on 270 bonds totaling $17.4 billion. 58% or $10.4 billion of that is just for schools. Surprisingly, though, this May will be the smallest amount up for bond elections since 2021. But that's not much of a relief when you're paying $12,000 more for the same standard of living that you were in 2021. So it's expensive to really be alive. It's expensive to be alive in Texas, and it's about to get even more expensive if you approve of all these bonds. While they're often billed as coming with no tax increase, that's not really true. At best, what you can hope for is that your taxes won't increase or will at least go down a bit, but that's not likely the case. So think about this. If you borrow $100 and pay it back by $10 a week, you add that $10 a week to your weekly expenses. When you get to that last week, pay the $10, but say you borrow another $100 and make the same repayment plan, your costs don't go up. Sure, they stay the same, but they stop you from bringing them back down. So it's the same thing as adding yet another bond. So think about that twice before you go and vote in May and before you go and vote in November for more debt and higher taxes. As always, thanks for tuning in. If you like what you see, make sure you share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you see fit, and share it with your friends and family. And also reach out and let us know if there's an issue that you care about that we have yet to cover. Thank you.